Okay, you're good.
Alrighty. So this is the Budget and Finance meeting for June 2024 on Zoom. So let me load everything up here. Oh, uh-oh.
Brian, try it again. I just made you co-host.
Okay.
You may have gotten in just a split second before.
Okay. So there's the agenda. Can you see it?
Not seeing
No, you gotta click it.
agenda, only seeing the directory.
Oh.
When you
Is
open the
we see the BNF packet, and then we see budget.
Sharing. Okay.
Open the agenda first, then share, and choose
then
that
share.
one to share.
There we go. How's that? Is that better?
Yes, except enlarge.
Okay, and to enlarge it, where do I do that at, Vic? Where do you enlarge?
Should be there, either that or on the
Down
bottom.
at the bottom right.
Yeah.
Okay, right there.
There you go.
Or I think
okay.
you can do I think you can do like Control plus or something too, but
okay, on the Mac.
On the lower right.
Okay, yeah, so let me go down. So
that's good. That's perfect.
Yep.
So call to order. So roll call. Melanie. Yes. Vic.
Here.
And John.
Yeah, I'm here.
And we started at 5:10, I guess, officially.
Yeah.
Okay, so any public comment? None. Discussion about the MER, there is none. It won't be ready until the 7th, she said, so not available. So the budget. So let me stop this and open this up. So screen share. So here's our budget right now where we stand.
A little bigger.
Darn it.
At the bottom, yeah.
Yeah.
The bottom right.
Oh, it's not allowing me to do it on this. Let's see.
If you pull the file to the right, it might enlarge automatically. No. It should. Bottom right has the little magnifying glass with the plus on it.
Yeah.
Or fit to width. Okay, that works too.
How's that?
Yeah.
Okay, so
now close the tools.
Okay.
No, the X down.
The X. No, the X right below. Drop
down.
Down.
Oh,
up. Go back up. See where it says all tools? There you go.
There you go. Okay, sorry.
And that should make it a little bigger, yeah.
Yeah.
So right now we still have John just charged the food from last meeting and the food from this meeting, so that's going to reduce that down to just a little bit left, but we have to get through buying soda and chips and all that for this meeting, so that'll exhaust maybe all of but $50 of that, and it'll be gone about once there's maybe, there's 400, and then I'm gonna get the chips and soda for July because we won't have our money for July meeting.
How are we paying for the food?
Huh?
How are we paying for the food?
John's going to do it on credit until we get the card started, because even though we're approving the budget tonight and at the board meeting this month, we have to have the officers approved on that to have the budget approved for the credit card and everything to be good to go.
Okay.
Wait, what do you mean the officers approved?
In July. We have to have the officers voted in.
Oh, for July, yeah, but you said for this month.
Yeah.
Not for this month, for next month.
Right, for next month. So I'm going to buy the sodas and the chips ahead of time, and John will do the food on credit.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Because the card won't be initiated until after the July meeting.
So you're going to buy 2 meetings worth now to have it ready for July.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
And now when are you gonna move the balances like,
Not Christina's supposed to charge her. She still, we still owe for like 3 months for her.
oh,
She hasn't billed for virtual office. So there's like still $900 or so that she has to bill out.
okay,
Audio services, it's just 275. But with you'll see on the budget for the minutes for July and the minutes for or the minutes for June and the minute and the audio for June has to be approved as extra on the July budget because we can't pay them now until services are done.
right.
So they'll have to be paid for June in July.
But are you gonna move the unused balances over to unallocated, or are you just gonna let
And
them roll over?
some of them may have to stay until it all plays out because
Okay,
except for like the newsletter, I just got an invoice today, so I'm going to call them in the morning and pay by credit card the invoice, and that's going to be $1,215.56 out of this. So that's going to leave like 400 and something to move over. So that would be another 5,600 plus
1,200 out of 19 is 17 or is 7.
or yeah, 12, yeah. I think it's 12, 15. So that's
So it's
yeah,
around 700.
700. So that'll move that. So like I was telling Ray, there's probably going to be about 7,000 that we're going to roll over, which
Oh,
will
that's
be
not
good.
bad. Yeah.
Yeah, which will be good. So, yeah, so this is what we have right now, 10,034.02. So somebody want to move that?
I'll move it.
Second,
Second, Vic. Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Okay. 3-0. Okay, so the next item. This is our fiscal year 2024-25 budget, and this thing hurts. It really does because prices are just going up on stuff. So 5,000 for virtual office, which we usually use a good portion of. At work for Cheryl runs about 3,600. Audio 3,300 to pay him. 2,600 for food. 300 for business supplies. Our web hosting fee is 280, 22 for GoDaddy. Our $200 Zoom license fee, retreat 700, and then see audio for June, minutes for June, 250-75.
for the Zoom license, is that starting for the new fiscal year?
Yes, every year we had to pay $200.
Okay, but have we paid for it for the current
They're
fiscal
supposed
year?
to be taking it out of our account. It's on our budget. Our last budget last year, it's on there.
Because the last thing I saw was that somebody was supposed to be sending an invoice.
They're supposed to send an invoice and that was conveyed to me and it still has not shown up.
Okay, so we still have 200 allocated for that to
Yep,
paid when we get it? Okay,
yep. So Christmas parade, Candy Cane Lane, and crafts for Candy Cane Lane. That's all that's allocated. Then newsletter for the elections. So looking at the newsletter, the way that I based it is what we paid this time, add 6% is what Ken said to do, because there's going to be an increase in July. And then roughly a little bit of an increase on the printing on this, which say $1,300 for printing. And then Ken is the say 3,400 for him. It's roughly, 4,900. It's give or take with a little bit of extra in there. I will note this. This is kind of iffy after talking to Chris and talking to Doug. And Doug is not all in on doing our newsletter ever again. He told me this is probably the last one that he's doing. So if we don't have somebody else to do it, I'm not sure Doug's going to do it. So, and I talked to Chris about this at the executive board meeting.
Is there a particular reason he?
Yes, because
Okay.
he got sent one sheet for articles, one page. You can't send just one page for the newsletter. It has to be two.
Right, it
And
has to be, yeah, at least two.
Doug is not getting paid for doing this. And Doug had to run around and go collect all kinds of articles from Lori and all kinds of other people, including myself. And he was scrambling to get enough to fill two
Okay.
pages for the newsletter.
And Chris didn't even give any pictures.
And no pictures.
Well, the pictures that he gave, there were, we wanted the pictures from the parade, the, candy cane lane, the Christmas tree, the show stuff. I don't know. He didn't have any. So.
And so the problem is
he couldn't fill any of the pages was the problem.
Couldn't fill the
Right.
pages, and he was scrambling and getting stuff himself. And Lori did a couple more articles, and he told me, he said, if Chris is doing the newsletter, he is not doing it again. He said, unless somebody is appointed like an editor, that they're going to be in charge solely of the newsletter and be the one collecting the articles, editing everything, working through everything, and that's going to do it accurately and get the newsletter done, then he's not doing it. And we'll have to find somebody else to do it if we're going to do a newsletter, or we just don't do one. And it's a lot of money to spend to have it done half-cocked. That's a lot of money just tossing out in the wind.
Mm-hmm.
If we aren't serious about this.
Yep.
Yeah, well.
All right, well, that's something to figure out outside of a budget.
Right, and it is an election year, and so that's why it's allocated for elections. We have money really to only do one newsletter a year at the cost that it's at right now. And elections, one newsletter would have to be designated out of elections, for it, because this is an election year.
Yeah.
Right.
And it'd be sad not to do one during an election year. So anyway, what we've got here then is there's 3,000 allocated for grants, and 32,000 is what we've got. So the plus side to this is hopefully we'll have about 7,000 to add to this once we get our rollover money, and we'll have about 39,000. But that's just, yeah. So that would put outreach money up to a little over $11,000 once we get the rollover money. But yeah, it's sad because things are really getting expensive for operations. Look at this. Operations out the gate is $16,527 just to do meetings. That's our operations money. It's crazy. And there's no cutting anything or,
Well, that's not entirely true, but okay.
Well, there is if A, you don't eat at the meeting and you don't have food. B, audio, there's no getting it any cheaper. $275 a meeting is what it is. Minute taker, their contract rate is what we have to pay. And Christina, her fees are what they are. $395 a meeting.
And she really didn't raise it up that much.
No.
I think it was like $5-10, right? Not even.
It's $5 a meeting.
Yeah.
It was $390.
There is a way to eliminate audio and food, but
well, yeah, but we would have to do our own audio. Somebody would have to do.
That's not what he's thinking. He's thinking of more or less go Zoom all the way. So that's what he's thinking.
That too. We could, but
they're a little
very
slow,
good,
Vic.
John. Very good. You read between the lines.
But the problem is that you know, as we discussed at the executive board meeting, there are those that are
I-
just
I'm not
Yeah.
saying it's gonna happen anytime soon. I'm
right.
just, there
I
is a
don't
way to do
expect the
it.
board meeting to go Zoom at all, you know, as long as there's pushback. I really think the committees like us tonight benefit from it though, you know, it does. Cause,
Yeah, for like us three people just to go down all the way. Yeah, I understand, you know.
and outreach, you guys have been having problems getting quorum. Maybe it would benefit you to test it and see if people show up with Zoom.
Well, I think that's on the next agenda to discuss.
Yeah, we have it on. We only had two people. You know, it was only three
Oh,
of us. Even
geez.
Chris was even late, 40
Oh,
minutes. It was
okay,
just
so,
Angela. It was just Angela and I, you
oh
know.
man.
And Lori was there too. She was there to.
So do
Oh,
you
Kelly,
have
and Larry Eaton showed up.
Larry?
Kelly wasn't there?
No, she had to get her son out of the hospital. He had a mild heart problem thing. He was in the hospital
Uh-oh.
for a couple of days.
Oh,
So, but
wow.
I guess he's good. But they got him home, and so that's why. Patch
So,
Adams, you know, he had something to do. Another spiritual meeting they had going that night.
so who wants to move this?
Nick, you,
I'll move it since John did the last one.
yeah, and
Okay.
I'll second since he did the last one.
Somehow I figured that would happen.
Yeah, you know, at least between the three of us, you know.
So any
Well,
discussion on this? Do you have any questions?
We already did.
I mean, any more input before we vote?
you know, we still got a movie in the park we want to do probably in July. And then we'll probably have you know,
In
Tim.
July?
Yeah, it's too late to do it
Oh,
June.
I know, but you guys, 30 days in advance, you have to submit for the event approval.
We're gonna talk. Yeah, so it's either July or August. It's probably gonna be in August.
Probably August would be better to
Yeah,
do it, to be able to get
and
it in.
yeah, because we'll do
But
that, and then we
30
got
days
Tim's.
on 30 days in advance, you got to get me all
Yeah,
the stuff because she is being a stickler. She is being a stickler
yeah,
with all of the stuff. Really, really strict.
and
Uh,
so between that and then we got um you know, what's her name? Jane Goodall in September.
right. So that
Um,
they need to, as soon as the new budget turn around, get the
yeah, but we'll know more. We're waiting
that.
on the flyer part to see what it look. You know, she's supposed to send it to us, Darlene.
Yeah,
So
because if they want money, they have to fill out, we have to do a sponsorship type thing
yeah,
for that.
yeah, we'll have a booth there and everything.
Yeah.
Um, I got to
And
see what we're doing if
and
we're
like they
doing.
do with Candy Cane Lane, all you have to do is have them write a letter saying what they want from us and what they're going to give us, how much they want and what they're going to give us.
Yeah, that Candy Cane Lane. I'm part of that group now, because I come to the Assistance League. They use our auditorium.
No, but every year what she's done is invoiced us and then a letter of what we're going to get, you
Yeah,
know, and all
yeah,
that. The
and
same
I'll make sure she knows
drill
that.
all
Yeah,
the time. Diane knows what the drill
yeah,
is every year.
yeah. But that's what we did last year. We held. Now the Assistance League is part of it now.
In the
Um,
application for the parade, now we know the parade, we have to get the application and send it to them unfilled
yeah,
out. And then they have to say, yeah, it's okay for the treasurer to sign it. And then it comes back and then you can fill it out and then pay the money.
okay.
We can't fill the
Um,
application out for it
and I
until we
wrote
get
it.
that permission.
I wrote it down. I believe Candy Cane Lane this year is going to be um,
Okay, we need to be
Yeah,
done
we
by
need to
like,
vote on
yeah,
this.
Candy Cane's going to be on the first. I mean, the parade's going to be on the first, and Candy Cane Lane's going to be on the 6th.
Oh, wow.
Well, because the first falls on a Sunday.
Oh,
You
okay.
can't do it on that Friday, because isn't that like,
We, we've
well,
got about 10, we got about 10 or
Alrighty.
so minutes left.
Okay,
okay,
so let's do a vote. Everybody in favor of the budget?
I,
Okay, so we're good.
what
Alrighty,
time are they going on, Vic? I
six.
thought you said
they,
6 o'clock.
they start at 6, but I start the meeting 15 minutes ahead, just like I do all of them.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's good, John. Wow, but that in a way that works out kind of good because it'll be 2 different weekends.
Yeah, yeah, that's what
That
I
kind of
said.
works
It's not like
actually.
Get
a
on
back
to
to
the
back,
next item.
Oh,
so,
that's it. Other than let's go back to the agenda. Let me close it off. And the last thing, stop it. Darn
what's
it.
with the custodial care?
Okay, so this is what I wanted to talk about. One of the things, darn it, stop, close. There. One of the things I'm concerned about that was kind of brought to my attention, and let me go back to screen share, was that
Oh, the
our
equipment,
laptop was lost and nobody could say who had it, who was responsible for it, who took it, or no idea where the heck it was. And so I had to go fill out a police report and go through the hubba jubba and go to Dunn and beg for mercy and all that for our neighborhood council and everything else. Now that we're doing Zooms and people are taking the laptop, they're taking the equipment, they're taking it here, they're taking it there. Diane isn't a board member and she's taken the laptop, she's taken this, she's taken that. I want people to start signing out for the equipment, to have a sign out sheet that this
that's
is who
fine.
has it,
Yeah.
and check off when they take it and when they bring it back. And I wanted to toss this up with you guys to whether or not you agreed with me on this, because what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make a sheet that Christina's going to have in her office, and I want to see who's taking the equipment and who's bringing it back and when it's coming back, how long they're keeping it for. I want the dates it comes in and the dates it leaves.
And the
It should.
times.
And
And
the
the time.
times. It should be that
Oh
way.
yeah, that's not a problem. That should have been done from the start.
Because I'm not going to have all of a sudden a $1,400 laptop say, oh, well, we don't know where the laptop is.
Right. Yeah. So you need the person who's signing it out, the date, the time they sign it out, the date, time they bring it back, and I would add a call a space for what's the reason.
Okay, that's a good idea too.
You know,
Yeah,
is it
because
for is it
if it's,
for just is it for a meeting to possibly do a hybrid meeting? Because I know Thomas can do that, he said. Or is it to take to an event, or what's the reason?
Right.
And I would also make a list of what would be considered legitimate reasons for checking it out.
An official meeting basically is the only reason. There's no reason to check it out,
Well,
to go to
if you're taking
Dan
it to,
Dana
you've got a
Park,
booth,
Gwen did with the last laptop and was letting them use it, left it there for them to use it.
if we have a booth at an event, then that is a legitimate reason to check it out too, if we need the computer there.
well, why would we?
Why would we?
I'm just saying.
I know what you're saying. Yeah, but
we
why
I don't
would,
think that I would prefer a $1,400 computer not be at an event.
Okay. I mean,
I
we
mean,
need to basically what we need to do is come up with guidelines as to when it is appropriate and not to check
Official
it out.
meetings for neighborhood council.
Like I'm saying, we just need to come up with some guidelines so everybody is looking at the same rules and they know what is right, what's legitimate, what's not. And they can't say, well, I didn't know.
Official
Right, but
meetings
because-
or town halls for,
And that way Christina also knows. And if a reason that somebody wants to check it out is not on that list, then she has to check with you or
Right,
somebody at least to get the okay to let somebody check it out.
yeah,
I personally feel like that is our meeting for our board meeting. Or if we have a town hall meeting where we need it,
or a
Yeah,
committee.
I don't think youth and outreach doesn't need it. Issues don't need it. Public safety don't need it. Budget don't need it. I don't think Thomas and anybody else needs it. I mean, that's how I feel.
See,
Because
Diana takes
if you
it to
give
the
it to one,
chamber.
then the other one's got to use it and want to use it.
Diana's taken it to planning and land use meetings.
Why?
And to do
Why?
hybrid.
But we don't have hybrid.
But
This
she's
is
using
not hybrid.
for
This is
hybrid
just plain
meeting.
as Zoom.
It is possible to do hybrid if you have the right equipment.
See, she's
Okay.
combining the chamber's equipment with our laptop.
Okay, but with the
You're right.
chamber, does she take the laptop to the chamber for the joint?
Yes,
Oh,
yes,
I wasn't aware that's where the computer was coming from.
yes.
Well, I guess
That's
that's something
something
we'll have to discuss then.
Yeah, and I think more, and to be honest, and you can tell me if I'm wrong, but that should be an executive decision between the four
Right,
of you.
and I don't, when I had said something about Diana checking it out, and Ray kind of raised his eyebrows. He goes, and I said,
He's
Cheryl said
right.
ask, and I go, what was I gonna say?
You know what's going to happen? What? Okay, so
that's-
let me ask you a question. So they're over there at the chamber, and the SOB falls on the floor and breaks.
I know.
Okay. Is Diana going to
that's-
spend $1,400 and get us another one?
That's another thing is what's who's responsible for any damage? That's
Yeah.
another thing that needs to
Now,
be decided.
She walks away from the table and stuff, and somebody takes it and walks out the door, and you're never going to know.
Right.
Now what?
Well, that's
No.
that kind of thing needs to be decided before we let people check it out.
Yeah,
Right,
because I'll tell you this much. If you think that you're going to go back to the budget people and say, damn it, somebody stole this one again. Sorry, you guys don't get one anymore. I mean, that's what I would do. That's what I do. And then we're really screwed.
Yeah.
Well, and my understanding is the initial reason for getting the laptop was for the board meetings only.
That's what I thought. It does our overhead projection and everything.
But she's taking the overhead projector, she's taking the laptop and all.
Well,
Yeah, but is that written anywhere, saying that they can do that?
I
no,
don't know.
we don't. That's my point. We don't have anything in writing anywhere saying what is appropriate and what is not. What are the repercussions if something happens to it, damage, theft, whatever.
Yeah,
I know.
And that kind of thing. So we need to have all that put together so everybody knows.
Yeah, and I think you guys at the executive meeting,
I think it's an executive thing that we need to iron out.
The four of you need to say, hey, here's the pros and here's the cons. This can happen,
Right.
and then we're stuck without another one.
Yep. So I can
And
put that.
same thing with not me, not anybody. It's you four guys. You guys have to do that.
I can put that on the next executive committee agenda.
Yeah, I think you should do that. Both the sound equipment, and yet, do we know all the sound equipment's there? Because John was using at the beginning. Is he using our mics? Is he using his mics?
Yeah, I've heard
Right? I don't know.
stories on that.
That means we got to go down there one day, and we got to look at everything that's there. You know, I mean, you know what I mean? We don't know what's there anymore. But now he's using his own stuff. He said, "Are you still there, Melanie?"
Well, she's still logged in, but I don't know where she went.
Okay. You know, I mean, we need to see what's over there.
Well, yeah, for that too.
You know, because how do we know that John doesn't have our microphones he's been using? because he's using his own little minky board like that.
She said that, all of the equipment he's using right now are his own, is what Christina told me, and
Okay, but still,
none of
we
our
should go
stuff,
and make sure,
because
I
he
know the
doesn't
mic,
wanna go to
the
Christina's office to pick
microphones,
up.
we gotta go see everything that's there.
Basically, we need to take inventory of
Yeah,
our stuff.
Yeah.
take
We need to
pictures,
go
we should take
I
pictures
got,
of it and
right,
save
but
them.
I did those inventory control tabs on there on everything,
Okay, then we should be able to see that and,
and see those on our stuff.
But you have
Yeah.
a list of what
Mhm.
inventory tabs go with what equipment?
yeah, I remember the list she made. I
Okay.
remember that, so.
Okay,
So we need to do that. But we seriously got to think about that laptop and the projection and I mean, we just spent money for a laptop and a projector.
See, you're saying things that I was thinking, and I thought, well, maybe I'm just being overly suspicious and overly guarded about this, and
No,
just
because
kinda, I
too
don't
many
want
people,
somebody to come
no,
and
too many
like throat
hands.
cut me,
It touches too
because of
many
it.
hands.
There's too
That should
many
be
hands
touched by
touching
Cheryl.
the stuff.
Yeah,
And
Cheryl should
that's,
be
and then we're gonna
manning
have,
that.
oh, I don't know where the laptop went. Oh, I took it back. Oh, and it's like, yeah. And it's
no,
he said proving whether or not they took it back or not.
that's
That
the
was the
kind of
problem with
thing
the
that,
last one. Oh, well, what's his face? The auto guy says he brought it back. So what are we gonna do? Call him a liar and say he didn't?
that's the
Let me
kind of
ask you
thing that
something.
any
Is there
business
any
does.
place else? Is there any place else that equipment can go?
No, it shouldn't go anywhere else.
So
It's not
she's
for
in charge
anybody's
of it?
personal
No,
use.
no,
It's not for, it's for
Christina
me.
is in charge of that equipment.
What?
She's the
Christina
keeper
is
of,
in charge of that equipment of who gets it and who doesn't. But she's not having people sign it out. And that's
yeah,
my concern, or keeping
well,
control of
and that's
and
why
and
we
that's
remember
need,
something.
who has it.
Yeah, and
that's
we
why
need to
we
do
need
that.
to have all the procedures of how to sign it out, how to sign it in, what's a
Yep.
legitimate approved use of it and what's not. Give examples of both.
Yeah,
And
and you guys at the
repercussions if something
executive,
happens.
yeah, at the executive meeting, that's what you guys should have. You should
Right.
put that down, that your discussion, Vic, is what's our procedure? This is our equipment. Here are the rules of it. It's in this book.
Right.
What do we do to maintain it and make sure it's safe? And if it's making that sheet, then you guys come up, the four of you come up with something that's instilled, it's in writing, and then you give it to her and you go, this is the procedure. I need
Well,
this.
we would, it would be better to bring it before the board in case anybody else has ideas too. Not just go straight from our.
I don't think so, Vic, because
No,
I
I
don't
think
think the
it's you
board
guys,
doesn't
Vic.
have any say on this, because the
Yeah.
thing is, ultimately, if that laptop gets stolen, guess who's responsible? You
You guys.
and John, because we are the financial officers that are going to have our butts in trouble.
And they'll sit
if
there and go,
something
why
happens.
didn't you take care of it? Why didn't you sign it out? Who
I
gave them
was
permission?
told by the city clerk's office, it was my responsibility as custodian of the equipment to
Right.
make sure that it was taken care of and it was inventoried properly and custodial care of it. So I'm like, okay, so this is my this is my custodial care. They're gonna start signing it out and date and timestamp
Yep.
and sign back
Yeah.
in when they bring it.
Yeah, and like I said, that's what you four have to come up with, the
But the
paper
outside
to do.
perimeters of who can check it out and who can't for what, then that's an executive board thing. The custodial care thing of it is within this perimeter
Yeah,
of us.
yeah, and there has to be, if
Because
Diana does
if it
sign it
crosses
out,
in, they're gonna
it
hang
has
us
to
out.
be, it has to be a legitimate thing, not to say, oh, well, I wanted to do a slideshow or something for, okay, then you're gonna sign it out. We need your date of birth, your first child's name, whatever it takes, but
Yeah.
they got, any other place, they wouldn't let you sign out. They wouldn't let you have it
No,
like that.
no.
All right. Well, I think we kind of decided
Okay.
that. So,
I think that's the best way. That's the only way we're going to protect ourselves.
Because I'm afraid that a lot of people are gonna start trying to use it, is my concern.
Well, that's what happened last time. Even
I
the
know,
sound equipment and everything. I went there to look for stuff. I couldn't find anything.
I know, I know, John.
You know, our stands
Are
aren't
we,
there. We were using somebody else's stands.
I
So
think we're done with this item.
Yep, we're
We're done.
done, and so the meeting is done unless somebody else has something else to
No.
add.
he's got to go.
Okay, all right,
5:44.
so
So
it's 5:44,
adjourning at 5:44 PM. Okay.
all righty.